Let's go, it's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show.
It's fun, old man, and I ain't got time to shake your hand. Get that side check, put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
I just wanted to say in advance, I'm so sorry about the background noise. It looks like my mic is dying on me, which is a sad thing indeed. But I didn't want to delay all my reviews, and it's got to be another week before I can afford to buy a brand new spanking mic. So I thought I would still review games that nobody really gives a shit about, and maybe you want to hear my opinion. So let's talk about the newest game from Koei. This game is actually based off the anime, which I've never seen or even heard of. So when I picked up the game, I thought it was just like a random anime looking thing like Blade Storm, but no, it's actually based off an anime, and it has the very much feel of Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors mixed with an anime look. But is this good enough to make this game fun if you've never even heard of the anime? I'm telling you right now.
It's fun, old man, and I ain't got time to shake your hand. Get that side check, put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
Probably one of the coolest things in this game for me is the look of it. It is very anime-ish. It almost feels like you're watching an episode of the anime sometimes because they'll cut between cutscene and gameplay, and it actually looks pretty damn good. This is on the PS4, so you kind of expect that at this level, but I'm so glad to see anime games look more and more like their counterpart, like Naruto, this, and so on. So I am really excited to see it when it happens, and there's a lot of stuff happening on screen at once in this game without much slowdown, so that's another bonus. Cool. Another thing I really like is the fact that it seems to actually have a story. Listen, Dynasty Warriors has a story, but no one knows or really cares what it is anymore because it's so convoluted and fucked up. And really, when you look at the history, you're like, none of this shit happened, but they say it did in the games. So in this game, there's actually a story to follow. It's not perfect, and I'll get more to it later, but there's actually a damn story with characters. Characters you play as and characters you get to actually care about. So there's nice to see in this game. Another thing I really liked was the idea of switching between characters as the story progresses. So instead of just playing a whole level as one character or switching on and off with no real repercussion, just switching for fun, this game makes you switch characters in the middle of battle, making it feel more like the anime, I'm assuming, since I've never seen it, where you'll fight a general and then you're about to lose, and then you get to play as another character coming to the rescue. Stuff like that really does make this game different from its counterparts of Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, and so on. So I really did indeed like that part of the game. And the last positive I gotta say, and I kind of mentioned this before, is the amount of shit on the screen. You get to do these rush modes where you have like hundreds of horse units with you, and you're just smashing through gates and killing thousands of enemies, and it just looks really cool. And I don't remember any major slowdowns like other Samurai Warrior or Dynasty Warriors games in the past. So I gotta say, it looked pretty damn good and ran pretty damn well. The things that I really didn't like, and like I mentioned before, is that the story is here, and that's cool to have, but there's no English option, so while you're in the middle of battle, it's kind of hard to keep up with what they're saying half the time, because, I don't know, you're fighting. Also, another thing is that the story is done in these kind of, like, stilled image cutscenes for the most part that just make me go to sleep. Which sucks, because when you're seeing them in action, like during the battles, they actually look really fun, and I wish we had more of those. But there's not as many as I'd hoped for. So the story, while it's there and it's cool to have, it's kind of lacking and not all that interesting, unless I guess you're a fan of the anime. You might love it. Another thing I gotta say that kind of really annoyed me in battle is this guard system. Listen, there's been guard systems in any game, but they have like this shield around them now. So fighting bosses is just a hassle. It's not fun. It's not challenging. It's not due to your skill. It's just fucking annoying. You'll beat down an enemy and then his shield will fucking regenerate after a while, and then you gotta do it again and then hit him a couple of times, and then guess what? His shield regenerates again. It's not fun. It's tedious as hell, and it's one of the things I hate when video games do, because they make battles that shouldn't last this long or should involve skill and just rake it hitting the fucking X button and A button over and over again to just beat the goddamn enemy. And listen, if you didn't like Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, or One Piece, or any of the other anime games that have the Koei engine, you're not going to like this game. Yes, it does some things different, like switching and Miss Battle for the story's sake instead of just for yourself, and it does have more of a cinematic and larger approach, but it is mostly just hitting the fucking X and Y button over and over again. There is no major different gameplay changes. If you want more of like a strategy, go for the Empires game that comes out next month. This is more for the people who just kind of want to slap the shit out of some people over and over again and think that anime is cool. This game does a pretty good job of it, but it's not going to change any veteran's mind. So if you don't like the beat 'em up genre, this game doesn't do enough new to make you come back to it.
Waits for no man that ain't got time to shake your head. Get that style check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
Listen, I like the Warriors of Legend. I think it's an actually pretty fun title. It's not amazing, it's not great, but it's a good time sinker. What I mean by that is you could sit back, put on an episode of Walking Dead, catch up, and kill some people, and that's exactly what the fuck I did. But I did have a lot of fun while I was playing it at times. It does start to wear on you about the 10-hour mark, and then you're just kind of like bored. And there's really no reason to come back because the story's the main focus here. The free mode kind of sucks. So overall, is this game worth picking up? I guess if you're a huge Dynasty Warriors fan, you'll absolutely eat this up, just like all the other games in the series. However, if you're not and you really wanted something different, I advise kind of staying away from this one. There's other ones that did it better, that are faster and funner. But this one, for the anime fans of this anime or Dynasty Warriors fans, it doesn't disappoint. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
私はエラムと友達になりたい。もし私が嫌いでないなら